and I've been into it for a few years now. He likes it, but I'm definitely the one that's...
I don't know, just figure it out. And so like it took me all this time. And then
I had a great-grandmother who was blind but could see spirits, and so I have stuff in my family of either...
Megan Fox has always kept people guessing. From her sultry movie roles to her mysterious public statements, she spent years at the center of Hollywood's most intriguing rumors. But there's one theory that stands out among the rest: the claim that she credits her massive success to something far beyond luck or raw talent. Many believe she embraced the dark and arcane, some even call it witchcraft, to gain a spotlight that never seems to fade.
I had a great-grandmother who was blind but could see spirits, and so I have stuff in my family of either it's legitimate or people think that we are psychic. I think everyone has some sort of psychic ability. It's just about the brain being open and you're using your brain more than other people. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like... People always ask me to come on and do readings and stuff like that, and I'm not a professional.
Megan Fox was born in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, to a family that led a relatively ordinary life on the surface. Yet even as a child, she was said to have an uncommonly vivid imagination and a relentless fascination with anything that hinted at the mystical. Rumors suggest she spent hours reading about ancient civilizations, folklore, and supernatural myths, intrigued by the possibility that the world was far more complex than it appeared. Those who knew her back then often described her as curious, a quality that guided her toward exploring beliefs beyond the traditional, small-town mindset she grew up with.
And so here I am, I'm going to be fully transparent. I still won't win because there are some girls who have been transparent.
By her teenage years, that curiosity reportedly expanded to include topics like energy fields, tarot, and various forms of spiritual ritual. While some people chalked it up to teenage rebellion, others believed she was genuinely drawn to forces unseen. Even so, she kept most of her explorations relatively private, guarding them closely as she navigated high school and early modeling gigs. Little did anyone suspect that this lifelong pull toward the unexplained would later become a major focus of media buzz. Megan Fox's meteoric rise to fame came with her portrayal of Michaela Baines in the 2007 blockbuster Transformers, catapulting her into Hollywood's A-list almost overnight. Audiences were captivated by her striking on-screen presence, but beneath the flashy action sequences lay subtle hints of a more intriguing persona. While mainstream media fixated on her looks and high-octane performance, fans who had followed her from earlier projects noticed an undeniable shift. Some claimed she possessed an almost electric energy, fueling speculation that Fox had found a way to channel deeper forces into her work.
A lot by the people who either want to see you in one way or aren't used to seeing you or want to see you in another way.
Right.
So how's that affect your decision making?
I try to just do, mainly I'm just happy that I'm working and that I'm still working and I continue to get these opportunities, but I try to make choices that are different.
Her next defining role in Jennifer's Body only heightened these rumors. The film's blend of dark comedy and occult themes seemed tailor-made to showcase a different side of her talent, one that flirted openly with the macabre. Critics argued it was just a clever casting choice, but others insisted the movie's demonic undertones mirrored Fox's own fascination with the unknown. In a Hollywood landscape often saturated with surface-level storylines, these back-to-back roles hinted there was far more at play behind her fast-rising stardom. Megan Fox never shied away from making bold remarks in interviews, and each candid confession seemed to spark fresh speculation about her private beliefs.
Just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes.
From referencing otherworldly energies to suggesting she could sense subtle shifts in a room's atmosphere, her words were enough to keep the tabloids buzzing. Critics accused her of theatrics, claiming she exaggerated these ideas to stay in the public eye. Yet her most devoted fans felt there was a genuine depth to her statements, enough to convince them she was in touch with forces the average person couldn't perceive. Over time, her interviews took on a life of their own, generating endless debates on message boards and social media. Some people saw her remarks as harmless spiritual musings, while others insisted she was spilling secrets about using darker arts to protect her career.
Definitely have never been a part of a satanic ritual. Don't know any people who have been a part of a satanic ritual. I'm not sure if the Illuminati is real. It probably is. I have not been extended an offer to join. I feel like if it was real, I would have been given an offer to join by now. So yeah, it's just to squash that. Not a Satanist or any kind of like an evil witch, light worker.
yes, I do, rituals, but that's not a negative thing. Anything is a ritual. Doing your skincare routine is a ritual. Going to church is a ritual. So I think people have to separate that word. That word has been demonized for so long.
Yeah.
That it's just been very misunderstood.
Reporters capitalized on this fervor, churning out headlines that painted her as everything from a misunderstood mystic to a cunning manipulator. Regardless of which side viewers fell on, Fox's willingness to address intangible topics in a public forum kept tongues wagging, further cementing her status as one of Hollywood's most fascinating enigmas. And if those revelations sparked controversy, the very uproar only heightened her intrigue and influence. Megan Fox's personal life took yet another fascinating turn when she began dating musician Machine Gun Kelly, a relationship that quickly became one of Hollywood's most buzzed-about pairings.
But there's also the aspect which I learned, which is like, you can unlock. This is clearly how so many people, especially, down there in South America, like that root for sure showed them.
Their intense dynamic, often on display through social media posts and red carpet appearances, seemed to go far beyond the typical celebrity romance. Whispers circulated that the couple shared a mutual fascination with spiritual and esoteric practices, especially when stories emerged suggesting they might have participated in a symbolic exchange of blood.
Can be a lot of different things and a lot of different people at any given moment, but he has a really pure soul and he can be very vulnerable, which is like what I think you experienced that day, where there was a breakthrough where he wasn't behind his ego and he was just like, I'm hurting today and I don't feel proud of myself today. And I think that's probably what really spoke to you, right? Is that you got to see somebody not hiding from their failures.
Whether it was a literal ritual or a more metaphorical gesture, the headlines alone were enough to ignite widespread speculation. Some sources claimed Fox and Kelly saw the act as a powerful testament to their bond, while skeptics argued it was mere showmanship designed to grab headlines. Nonetheless, each new public appearance or cryptic Instagram caption fed the rumor mill, fueling the notion that witchcraft and darker ceremonies played a role in their closeness. Though neither has fully confirmed the specifics of these alleged rites.
Mine was, I remember walking up. It was a circle of about 20 people, and you're in the forest or in the jungle. You're dieting. You're not eating past 5 p.m. or drinking water or anything. And I was the last person to go up and take it. And I remember watching everybody go up and take theirs. They had one cup, and they get to me, and the shaman says something to the translator. And the translator goes,
The mere possibility cemented their status as a couple unafraid to explore unconventional paths, leaving fans and critics alike to wonder just how far their fascination with the arcane might go. Megan Fox's social media accounts have become an endless source of intrigue for her fans and critics alike. While many celebrities stick to standard updates and promotional posts, Fox's Instagram and other platforms have occasionally featured images and captions that hint at far more cryptic, ethereal interests. Some posts showcase symbolic jewelry or altars, while others include quotes about energy, destiny, or cosmic alignment. The moment such content appears, followers rush to dissect every pixel, searching for hidden messages or deeper meaning behind her aesthetic choices. At times, she has posted photos that appear to celebrate lunar cycles or reference ancient mythologies, fueling the theory that her fascination with magic and esoteric rituals runs deeper than a mere hobby. Skeptics argue she's simply crafting a distinct personal brand, but true believers insist these glimpses confirm her devotion to the arcane. Rather than addressing these rumors outright, Fox often allows them to evolve on their own, adding yet another layer of mystery to her already enigmatic public image. This deliberate ambiguity keeps fans continually guessing and, more importantly, coming back for more. Megan Fox's enigmatic image hasn't always been easy for Hollywood to embrace. Early in her career, studios seemed torn between capitalizing on her allure and grappling with the rumors of her otherworldly interests. Directors saw her as a bankable star with undeniable magnetism, yet also found themselves fielding questions about her strange statements or whispered claims of occult involvement. This mix of fascination and caution sometimes limited the roles offered to her, effectively typecasting her as the smoldering bombshell rather than exploring her deeper range. However, as the years rolled on, Fox began to chart her own path. She distanced herself from projects that wanted her purely for surface-level appeal, in favor of roles and interviews that underscored her intelligence and individuality. Over time, fans and industry insiders alike noticed she was no longer content to be pigeonholed. Whether motivated by genuine belief, calculated self-branding, or a bit of both, Fox gradually transformed her public persona into something more layered and self-determined. That evolution has not only kept audiences guessing, but also left many to wonder how her continued journey into unconventional territory will shape her future in an ever-evolving Hollywood landscape. After countless controversies, jaw-dropping statements, and whispered rumors, Megan Fox remains one of Hollywood's most mystifying figures. Whether her ascent was purely the product of talent and timing, or was aided by ancient rituals, is ultimately up to each fan to decide. But one thing is clear, she's mastered the art of keeping us wondering, and that enigmatic quality might just be the real secret to her enduring fame.